Maxspeed TV full throttle run, broadcasting great chat second to none. League action racing under the sun. Maxspeed TV, where the fun's never done. More legends, more than that comes alive. Maxspeed TV, where the racers thrive. Tires burn, the crowd leans in. This is where the action begins. Oh, Maxspeed TV, full throttle run. Broadcasting great chat second to none. League action racing under the sun. Maxspeed TV, where the fun's never done. Drivers chase the checkered dream. Adrenaline flows like a rushing stream. The track's a stage, the crowd's a song. Every lap keeps pulling you along. Oh, Maxspeed TV, full throttle run. Broadcasting great chat second to none. League action racing under the sun. Maxspeed TV, where the fun's never done. Wheels spin, sparks ignite. Under the lights of fierce delight. Tracks alive like a racing heart. Here's the place where legends start. Maxspeed TV, full throttle run. Broadcasting great chat second to none. League action racing under the sun. Maxspeed TV, full throttle run.
Welcome back, race fans. Tonight, round number 6, the halfway mark of the first season of the Southern Excitement Racing League. Tonight, on Veterans Day, think of it, 150, sponsored by Liquid Death and Matt Crockett out there. Big shout out to Matt, Liquid Death, on sponsoring tonight's race. We also have their sponsor right here. So again, thank you, Matt, and of course, thank you all to all the veterans out there, past, present, future, military. We do appreciate everything y'all have done, are doing, and will continue to do throughout the year. So again, thank you to all the veterans out there. This tonight's for you. It's not about me. It's about, well, y'all and the drivers. We've got some drivers out here with some Veterans Day paints out there, and we'll get to those here in just a bit. In just a little bit. So just give me a few, and then we'll take a look at those. Of course, tonight also, the Honeydew Hustle. Tonight's winner, well, tonight's highest finisher, I should say, out of the four drivers of Isaiah Southerland, Zach Michaelis, Blake Giglio, and Andrew Rattel will receive the $10 for them. So one of them will end up getting that. Question is, who is it going to be? Nobody knows. That is the Honeydew Hustle bonus coming at you here tonight. We do have our second look at our playoff picture here this evening. Blake Giglio holding strong up there in the top spot at 270, or at 270 above the cutoff line. Andrew Rattel still in that 8th spot. Remember, top 8 after the regular season will go into races, the final 4 races, to well, have a chance to grab that championship. We got a little ways for that. So that is a look at our playoff picture here tonight. Our team standings as well coming in too tonight. Southern Excitement at 63. Prentice Rattel at 599. Races for Christ at 534. And First Gear Racing at 480. And that is our 4 teams of Darren's Detail and Shine. That is going to be our stage sponsor, our stage lap tonight at the completion of lap 60. So 60, 61 will be our stage. And still looks like I am cutting an out here. If I gain, put some gain on that here. But, of course, our track car and our schedule. This is what it looks like right now. A big shout out to Darren's Detail and Shine for coming on board, sponsoring the stages this season for SERL. Like I said, our schedule and our schedule with the cars. Of course, tonight, Las Vegas. Go to New Hampshire next week. We'll be off the week of Thanksgiving, and we'll come back and, well, we'll race it up at Darlington, finalize the regular season, and then the chase begins. We'll have 2 races. That'll be at Talladega and Northborough. Then we'll be off a week, and then we'll come back, and we'll race it up at Nashville, and then a Homestead. Finalize who the season 1 champion is going to be. But man, I think what a race I think tonight we're going to have tonight. I think this is definitely going to be a good race. Of course, taking a look at our pre-race analytics here this season. A little bit, yeah, I thought I was. Our pre-race analytics here tonight, of course, man, that track temp, that's probably the biggest thing here tonight is that dadgum track temp. 126 degrees. That is hot, and it's slick. So, man, been talking to a few of the drivers out there, too, and, yeah, some of them like it, some of them don't. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully they don't pancake the wall too hard here tonight. 150 total laps here this evening, 225 miles, 5 sets of tires. That does include the set they start with. Now, fuel is 65%, so we are looking at about 32, 35 laps, plus or minus a few. I don't know the exact number. We'll go on with the 32 to 35 for safekeepings. Now, pit road here tonight is 50 miles an hour with a pace speed of 60. Now, I do want to read something that our sponsor, Matt Crockett, put in Discord here tonight. So, for Veterans Day. So, again, thank you, our veterans. Now, this comes from Matt Crockett. So, and of course, I totally 100% agree with it. Thank you to our veterans. Today, we pause to honor and thank the brave men and women of the United States military, past, present, and future. Your courage, sacrifice, and unwavering commitment to protecting our freedoms have shaped the foundation of this nation. To those who have served, those who continue to serve, and those preparing to answer the call, you carry the true spirit of honor, duty, and selflessness. Because of you, we live in a country where freedom endures. Because of you, generations can build and thrive in safety. The bottom of our hearts, thank you for your service, your sacrifice, and your example. So, Matt Crockett, I could not have said it any better. Dude, awesome job on that. And again, thank you to all the veterans out there. Thank you to Matt Crockett out there for sponsoring tonight's race. We do appreciate it. He is also running a paint here tonight. Oh, I thought he was. He is running the sponsor Liquid Death paint. So there is Matt Crockett right there. Mountain Water. I wonder what Liquid Death was. But there is our sponsor right there, Matt Crockett. Again, buddy, big shout out to you for coming on board, sponsoring tonight's race. We are, though, folks, going to step aside, play the national anthem provided by Madison Rising. So hang tight, folks. Qualifying here at Las Vegas will be underway when we come back.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket trackless, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, take us that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land under the frame, and the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight you in name, the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware,
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching MaxspeedTV TV.
Alrighty, folks, we're back. Qualifying is underway here tonight at Las Vegas. They actually just started. We are waiting for them to start their laps here, and Patrick going to be right on his first lap as we take a look at it. Levi Murdoch, Josh Anderson, Kyle Heath, all on their first lap right now. There goes Eric Jensen. We have had a few winners this season already. 4, to be exact. Zach Michaelis has got a win on the season. Blake Giglio's got a win on the season. Isaiah just got his win last week at the Street Court of Chicago. And Kyle Heath has got 2 wins already this season. So Kyle looking for 3rd. Zach, Blake, Isaiah looking for their 2nd. Well, everybody else looking for their 1st. Starting here tonight. Right now, Kyle Heath up in the top spot with Isaiah there in 2nd. Josh Anderson 3rd. As times are starting to roll in here tonight in qualifying. Blake Giglio, Levi Murdoch, like Eric Jensen. First lap did not count. Matt Crockett. There goes Patrick Colby up to the top position. Matt Crockett, our sponsor, starting his first lap here tonight. Dakota Camper and Kyle. Well, Kyle was up at the top, and Quentin Clark going to beat him off of that top position. Dakota Camper on his first lap. This will be the completion of first. At that time, that's going to be a 31.4. That is going to put him up into 9th. Eric Jensen, Matt Crockett, and John Osborne. Now, John is at the exit of pit road. He has not came out yet. But at the moment, coming down to the final 2 minutes left here momentarily, or at the moment, Quentin Clark up at that top position here. And it looks like Eric Grover, Jacob out there on Kyle. Looks like Everett, Steven, Dylan, Brendan. Good turnout out there in chat already tonight. Hit that like button, folks. Maxspeed. And you like what you see, of course. We're new to iRacing in general, of course. iRacing. Like Blake Giglio moving to the top. Beating out Quentin Clark. Click the like button, Everett. I'm cutting in and out bad. Don't know why. I think it only does it when I get loud. Which is strange, because I've got my mic right in front of my face. So I guess I'm going to have to eat my microphone. All right, well, John Osborne. Yeah, I don't know. Like John may start in the back here. He is stopping before the start-finish line. There goes the bleeding ears. Well, I don't apologize. Final 30, 25 seconds here. Doesn't look like John is coming out, so Blake Giglio is going to be our pole setter here tonight. I already know where he's at, so let me go ahead and drag him down here real quick. Blake, got a copy?
How's it going?
What's it going, man? Well, Las Vegas, round number 6, the halfway mark of the season, of the whole season. That does include the chase, so we're right here, but, it's another race. You're trying to get another win on the season. You got a pretty good points lead in the playoffs. But man, you know what? What's going down there tonight? How you feeling about the track? Is it slick? Do you have a game plan going forward?
Yeah, I think the track's pretty slick, for sure. I think that we might be able to get her done this weekend, and hopefully we can get in victory lane, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, you've already been in there, once this season. Of course, trying to get in there again, trying to, just get as many points as you can. Of course, we all know you got to get in on points. So, Blake, good luck out there here tonight. See if you can grab your second win of the season, but most importantly, don't wreck your car down there.
That's the goal, right?
That's the goal. All right, man, good luck. All right, we will get him back up there to his team, and we will get them on the grid, shall we? So, our starting grid, yes, I never apologize. I am so insensitive. You got that right. So, our pole sitter here tonight, our starting grid, Blake Giglio grabbing the pole out here tonight with a 31.206. Again, congratulations to Blake on the pole here tonight. Quentin Clark going to start on his outside in second. Heath in third. Patrick Colby fourth. Isaiah Southerland fifth. Shea Tarleton in sixth. Andrew Rattel seventh. Dakota Camper in eighth. Jason Heaney ninth. Josh Anderson going to round out our top 10. James Jones in 11th. Eric Jensen 12th. Aiden Tatro 13th. Matt Crockett, our sponsor, he is going to start in 14th here tonight. Now, it might not be a bad spot, to be honest. John Osborne not qualifying. He's going to start 15th, as well as Levi Murdoch. He's going to start back there in 16th. So 16 drivers out here tonight at Las Vegas. I'm a meanie. Oh, I see how it is. I'm a meanie now. Alrighty, folks. Coming into 3 and 4 here tonight. Steven. Coming into 3 and 4 out of turn number 4. That pace car will dive off to the safety of pit road. Pull those belts tight, folks. One more time as that pace truck dives off to the safety of pit road. Here we go. Green is out. Boogity, 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 folks. We are racing here tonight at Las Vegas. It's a pace truck car. It's a pace vehicle. Go with that. Alrighty. Already a battle for the lead. And right at the line, Blake Giglio is going to lead the first lap, dropping in second as Kyle Heath takes over. One lap down and 149 more grueling laps to go. They come screaming out of turn number 2. Still nose to tail. Getting single file, though, for the most part. You do know it is a long race as we see Josh Anderson back here, dabbling back here just outside of the top 10 and 11th. James Jones moved up a spot. He is in 10th now, so James and Josh just trading spots. It's a truck car. It's a truck car. It's a truck car van SUV. There we go. Kyle Heath now leading his second lap, I do believe. Yep. Already single file, watching the 87 of Patrick Colby, looking to the outside of Isaiah Southerland. A lot of red, white, and blue out there here tonight. A lot of it. See the number 5 of Quentin Clark running a red, white, and blue paint. '16, I don't know if red, white, and blue or silver. I don't see no red, but I do see white and blue, silver and blue. Close enough. Of course, we do have the 19 of Andrew Rattel right behind them. Shea Tarleton running red, white, and blue together. Like I said, you can see all those. Dakota Camper is just unique as it's red, white, and blue, but it's also got some black. And take a look at it here in just a little bit. Blake under fire here by Quentin for second. The Alabama 87 to Patrick Colby right on their tail. It's a trucker. Watching the 3, Dakota Camper. Patrick Colby again. And John Osborne way back here by himself. He's lost everybody. Aiden Patro is right there in 14th. Levi Murdoch is right behind the field. Watching the 94, Shea Tarleton on the outside of the 3 of Dakota Camper. Aiden and Josh going at it. Looks like Josh gonna fall back into 14th as Aiden makes the pass. One car at a time. That's really all you got to do. It is not a race that you can win on the first lap. Got to take it lap by lap. We can go ahead on race time here. And, that track temp is still 125 degrees. So it is definitely slick. Man, getting real close here from Isaiah to Dakota to Shay, James, Jason, Matt, Eric Jensen. They are sandwiched all right here. I do believe if anything was to happen, it'd probably happen somewhere in this area. How close they are to one another. '94. Hey! 94. Those half fours. Oh, 3 wide, 94 up into the wall. Here we go, 3 wide again at Las Vegas, folks. Oh, no, there goes Isaiah off on the apron. Good save. Take a quick rewind here. Looks like him and the 9. Isaiah might have come up a little bit. The 9 might have come down. Jason Heaney. However, Isaiah did save it. But, man, that was close. There's Jason Heaney right there. I don't think either one of them meant to do that. This is a great group. Y'all want some racing that is no fight or anything. This is the group right here. Patrick Colby, new leader. How long is he going to be able to keep it? We'll see. He is going to lead this lap as Kyle Heath is going to take it back into second here. Ben Clark in third. Blake did fall back into fourth. Andrew fell up to fifth. Andrew cracking the top 5 now from 7th. Dakota Camper coming from 8th to 6th. Shea Tarleton is back a spot in the 7th. Started 6th, but long way to go. And you can just that back end too, try to break loose. And as long as they can keep that back end down, they won't snap. But once it loses grip, well, it's not fun. I will tell you that. Yeah, right, Everett. Right. And he saved it. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. Damn. Now the 9 and the 94 are going at it. Jason and Shay back here for 7th. He'll have a handful of drivers right here with Shay and Eric. James, Matt, Josh, Isaiah trying to work his way back up for the front. Levi and Aiden all right here together. John on the backstretch going into 3 now, and there's Patrick Colby, Isaiah and Levi going at it. The 99 and the 90 and the 24, almost a 94. But doing a very good job of hanging on to it now. So looks like back to single file for the most part. Kyle still keeping it pretty close to Colby up here. And Quentin about tenths roughly of a second behind Kyle. About a half a second between most of the drivers. Got the few that are within like a tenth of a second or right on top of each other, like the 94 and the 5 is now. Jason Heaney and Shay Tarleton. As we see the 9 of Jason keeping that spot. You see different lines here, and I do believe as the race goes on, we're going to see more of the group go to the top lane. That bottom just seems like it is a little bit too slick. As Kyle Heath looking to the outside here to take back over the lead, and he will lead that lap. As Kyle gets the run on the outside out of turn number 2, and he is going to complete that pass over Patrick Colby. Here comes Quentin Clark now to the inside for second. In 3 and 4. They'll be shooting out of 4 here in just a second or two. There is pit road here through the tri-oval. And a battle for second here. The 5 at the line is going to have it. However, the Alabama 87. Oh, he is going to lose that spot as they enter turn 1. And the 16 of Blake Giglio, our pole setter, just hanging back out here in 4th. Single file, though, as we see here on the backstretch. Back a little bit further. Josh, Isaiah, Levi. Our sponsor is Matt Crockett back here running in 11th. Started 14th. Isaiah and Josh going at it again for 12th. Patrick falling back a spot here, back to Blake, back up to 3rd. Yeah, they'll definitely be running the Kyle Larson line for sure before the night's over with. Well, Isaiah has found himself about 2 seconds behind Matt Crockett. He has got company still with Josh Anderson, but I don't think Josh is fighting him too much. Isaiah is cutting into that time, but not by much. But remember, green flag pit stops. Got green flag pit stops. They cannot go the distance for the stage. They will have to come down pit road. I would say this race is probably going to be at least a 3, possibly 4-stop race, depending on how far they can stretch it. I do have it, like I said, 32 to 35 laps. Now, if they can go... Oh, let me see. So if they can go, they're going to have to pit at least 4 times, at least. Or at least 3. At least 3. 3.5. 3 to 4 times. Trying to do some math off the top of my head here, and it ain't working. So if they can run 40 laps on fuel, which I doubt they're going to be able to get that far. 3 times is 120 laps. So 4, 8, 12, that's 120. That'll give them about a 30, roughly a 30 lap window there, just in case. Now, if they have to do it before that, it's going to be at least 3 times guaranteed. Now, we are going to be coming up on our first round of pit stops here, roughly in about window open, I would say, here in about 6 laps, as we still, whoa, wow, we got Blake up front now. He's led a lap, looking to lead his second lap, just got around Kyle Heath there. Kyle's led 18 now. Blake got real close to the wall, or, yeah, and, yep, right at the line. Blake's going to get another lap here. But trying to do all that off the top of my head here, and I kind of lost track of the battle out there that was going on. I do apologize for that. No, math is not my strongest skill. And it honestly isn't. Especially off the top of my head. Getting spread out now, and as they continue to race and get closer to the pit stops, they will even spread out even further. Shut up, Stephen. Hashtag ban. Making fun of me. A. Tarleton, right there with the 99 of Eric Jensen. I do believe Eric, Shay, Isaiah, and Aiden are all teammates. I do see Eric and Shay right here together, 8th and 9th. Isaiah in 11th. Aiden, unfortunately, back in 6th. I'm going to go ahead and get a look here. This is of the paint. Aiden Tatra, United States Army, camo. Shout out to his dad there. This Army. Like he was a heavy vehicle mechanic. Yes, United States Army. Aiden is a Bass Pro Shop paint, but you see the camo there. Like Levi coming down pit road here. Yeah, Levi is coming down pit road. Levi got a black flag too. That's not good. Jay Tarleton also running a red, white, and blue. See here if we can get a look at this. white and blue paint. Eric Jensen. Jason Heaney. There's Dakota Camper. That's the one that I said different from all the rest of them. Paint. Andrew L. Got more drivers coming down pit road. That was Patrick Colby that was coming down. Red, white, and blue, silver. Clark, Al Heath, and the Auburn paint, and Blake Giglio and the Low Drag Esports. So, different paints out there. Some veteran, some not. But like I said, we got Patrick Colby on pit road. Here comes Levi Murdoch coming back out. Oh, the window definitely has opened. Just two drivers right now. Is gonna be next. John Osborne, Josh Anderson, a very quick battle back here for 12th. I am sure their tires right now are screaming at them. Here comes Jason Heaney down pit road. If I could get on him. Wrecking it down pit road as we speak. Lap 35. I may have to change. I like guessing it comes to green flag pit stops because I like to wait. The 99 is coming down. That is Eric Jensen down pit road, as well as Quentin Clark down pit road. Okay. Then I can get a better understanding as the race goes on who when pit stops are and who's stretching it, not, and how far you can actually per se go. Like Kyle Heath is coming down now. Oh, did he get it woed down enough? Almost lost it, but yeah, he did. Hit speed's 50, so gotta get it down, and it looks like he's going about 55, so I would have, that is wrong, even though I've got it at 50. Eric Jensen coming back out. They are on lap 37 now, and like just lap 38 as we speak, so a few drivers look like got a chance at the 50. Matt Crockett down pit road, our sponsor tonight again. Shout out to our sponsor, Bet Liquid Death, Matt Crockett. And here comes Blake down pit road. So this is going to put them at about lap 38, 39-ish. Here comes Andrew, Dakota, Isaiah, Shay, all down pit road. James E. Jones did not come down. John Osborne did not come down. But Josh Anderson as well did not come down. So, roughly at about 39 laps, about what they can go. Here comes James Jones. Comes John Osborne. Here comes Josh Anderson. Yeah, at about 39 to 4 laps. That is nice to know. Mr. Black. How you doing, John? Well, nice seeing you there, buddy. Having issues getting connected. What do you mean? Kyle Heath going to take back over the lead. Patrick Colby second, Quentin Clark third, Blake fourth, Kenny fifth, Dale sixth, Amper seventh, like Eric Jensen eighth, Isaiah ninth, Matt Crockett 10th. Drivers just coming off of pit road. Jay Tarleton 11th, James Jones 12th, John 13th, Josh 14th, Aiden 15th. One lap down is Levi Murdoch, who doesn't have the 45 behind him of James Jones. But Kyle's got a pretty good lead. I mean, 1.3 seconds. That's decent. Of course, any type of boo-boo out there, then, you know, Patrick's going to eat that time up. You know, I've known Kyle for a long time, and I know exactly that he's not going to try to make any mistakes. He's definitely trying to keep it straight. Oh. Yeah, man, them headaches are not fun. That is for sure. Had one last week. Been off and on. Yeah, very spread out right now. Not really a whole lot going on. Isaiah leading Shay and Matt. Back here, 9th, 10th, and 11th. Battle for second between Quentin and Patrick. Like Quentin is going to take that spot away coming out of 2. Very quickly down into 3. Close 2 seconds now behind Kyle Heath. That's strange. Yeah, they'll definitely be able to make it now to stage. Remember, a white flag at 60. Checkered when they hit 60. Caution, however you want to look at it. That is sponsored by Darren's Detail and Shine. Gotta get to it. Now, Jay doing a very good job of keeping Matt behind him. And they get so close to the wall coming out of 3. Or I should say, Blake taking over 3rd now. Trying to run down Quentin. Trying to run down Kyle as Kyle's going to hit the stripe here. That's going to be 25 laps under his belt now. Remember, Kyle started 3rd, wasted no time to get up into the top spot. That going to hurt him or help him? That needs to be seen. Still got a long way to go. Yeah, that's strange too. Yeah, I've never seen it do that before either. Not really battles right at the moment. Hang out with Matt Crockett here for a second. I just punched the table. Ow. Yeah, single file. Not really a whole lot going on. Well, let's see here. Who can we maybe possibly ride along with. Let's ride along with our sponsor here, shall we? Hang out here with Matt Crockett here, cockpit view, maybe for a lap. See how he is. Man, they get real close to that wall. Patrick. That's Patrick? Man. Alright, Blake Giglio and Quentin Clark battle for a second. Blake gonna go up into that spot. Blake goes up into second. Nah, I didn't hurt the table. My Coca-Cola bottle actually hit it. But I still, because I almost dropped it. Andrew Bell, Jason Heaney. Also, like I said, hearing everything else, nice finisher of Isaiah Southerland, Zach Michaelis, Blake Giglio, Andrew Rattel. That will win the $10 for the Honeydew Hustle this week in this race. Got one more, I do believe. Don't know when that is. I don't know what race it is, but I don't even know when the qualifying race. I won't know that until we get to it. It is the second one. Blake has cut into the lead of Kyle Heath, who is still knocking them down, knocking the laps down here. Kyle now has 30 under his belt. Patrick Colby is blinking out majorly. I know Andrew is right behind him, probably aware of it. And Isaiah Southerland coming around his teammate there of Eric Jensen. Eric just the high side. The Larson line as Patrick still blinking out. I wonder if we go not chase cockpit. Patrick does blink. I want, yeah, we can see it. I'm sure Andrew did as well. So something is going on with Colby. Yeah, man. Patrick did blink out fully there for a second, and I thought he was gone, but popped back in. Well, we've got about 13 watching out there here tonight. We've only got 4 likes. Can smash the like button out there here, folks. We didn't everybody tuning in tonight on MaxspeedTV TV for the SERL Southern Excitement Racing Season 1, round number 6. Think of that 150 here in Las Vegas. And a big shout out to Matt Crockett out there. We're going to be coming up on the stage here momentarily. 3 laps will be the white flag, and then our caution at the end of lap number 60 to 61. So far, Thing holding up. Blake took over the lead here. Got around Kyle. Blake's got another lap under his belt now. Levi is on pit road here. Right, this coming up time by white flag with the air. Jason Heaney, Dakota Camper battling it out back here for 6th. Coming to the line here, white flag in the air. One more time around. Dakota Camper still trying to get around Jason. Jason trying to hang on to it. Heath for 6th. Kyle going to try to get around Blake for the stage. Blake going to try to hold it on the low side. Out of turn number 4. Blake is going to win stage number 1. The only stage, I should say. Blake is going to be our stage winner once we get yellow. Wait, they don't do yellow. Oh, anyway. That's right. I forgot. They only did it last week. The road course. But our stage, of course, sponsored by, find it, there it is, Darren's Detail and Shine. Congratulations to Blake on stage win. I keep forgetting some people yellows for the stage, some don't. It's the first season, folks. Just give me a break. Oh, man. They did it last week for the road course. Now it's going to be now shootout to the finish. Are getting a little bit closer to our next round of pit stops here, roughly. Where between, now I would say 16 laps to 10 laps, depending on what driver I'm looking at. '99 there. That was Eric Jensen? That was Levi. Supposed to be in the 10. There's 99 on the car. The 99 is Eric Jensen. I don't know if I have a number pickup or what, but somebody is off pace down here. That is Aiden Tatro. Oh, man. Blake still now lead the way here. Kyle still pressure on him. Any other close battle? I have, yeah, Shay and James. We got Shay, James Jones, Eric Jensen. They are all right here together. These three drivers. Matt Crockett not too far behind them. Right now we're going to be looking at 94, 5, and the 99. James just not figure out a way to get around the 90. Oh, hang on to it, Shay. Oh, man. Did too. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. And, oh, 45, way up to the... Jay on the bottom. Eric now coming up on the 90. 99 of Eric Jensen. Kind of running that middle line, mid to high line. Going from the mid line to the Larson line. So... something's going on with Andrew. Fell all the way back to 7th. Up here running in 5th. Dakota and Jason both got around him. Now Andrew's all the way back into the 7th spot. And pit stops Patrick Colby down pit road. Oh, he's been out here 37 laps. So, yeah, we're now within that window. We can go about 39, 40 laps. So, we got some drivers coming down a tad bit early. Not too much, but a tad bit. Probably don't want to stretch it out too safe. We are going to have at least one more, at least. Hit again around 110, roughly. Jason Heaney down pit road. Patrick out. Continue to watch it here, folks. Not a whole lot going on. We are in those green flag pit stops, though. Oh yeah, very good, clean race, very good. That's what these guys are known for, is clean, hard racing. Yeah, it's going to get a little dicey toward the end, especially if they get all in a group and be very, compact. Then yeah, it's going to get a little dicey. But these guys love to race hard, but race clean. And, that's what... And got Quentin Clark coming down pit road now. Probably going to see a lot more other drivers down pit road before it's all said and done. Yep, there comes Eric Jensen down pit road. Aiden also down as well. Surprise me if our leaders start coming down. Well, here comes Kyle Heath. Speaking of our P2. So Dakota Camper's not going to come down. He is going to go ahead and stay out and take over that P2 spot here in a second. There he goes. Isaiah Southerland is down pit road. A bit more of our lead pack coming in. Man, Blake still out there 36 laps. This 37 this lap. Well, Matt Crockett down pit road. Or here comes Blake down pit road. Our leader now is down pit road. You hear what Dakota does. It looks like he is going to come down pit road now. James Jones would be the next one. He's been out here 36 laps. Like he is going to go ahead and stay out, as well as John Osborne. Jay's going to go ahead and come down. And Josh Anderson going to stay out. So we do have a few drivers that went ahead and stayed out here just to keep going. James Jones has led 2 laps, all because of the way things have been happening. Everything. So James has got a couple of laps under his belt. John Osborne. Whoa! John's trying to get down to come down pit road. Yep, there he comes. Had to let the other drivers come down. There's Shay. Coda's coming out now. So John, like I said, is down pit road. Josh Anderson staying out again. See here when James comes down, of course, everybody that's got the fresh tires, they're going to eat him and Josh Anderson up bad. Like James is probably... Yeah, here he comes. He is coming down now. What is Josh going to do? Like he's going to go ahead and stay out. And he'll lead his first lap here tonight. Lap number 79. Some will pit around 1. Some will pit around 1, it looks like. Josh Anderson to be a 40 stint run for the 07. I would imagine he would come down this time. He can go any again. I didn't think they could hit 40, but it'll lie right of me, and whoa! Good save, Josh. Wow. All right, well, I gave the lead back up to Kyle. Oh, coming up inside of the 94, Jay Tarleton. Jay a lap down. Kyle's got his eyes set. The next driver would be James Jones, then John Osborne. Kyle's got some breathing room. About 3.5 seconds and climbing. No. Holding back for what? But oh, he's quite a bit further back than what we have seen. Yeah, 20. Yeah, it is. Isaiah's it's a kind of shaped like Jeff Gordon. He's got several things on there actually that are that I like. Of course, got his. I believe he said that's his used car dealership, Southerland Cars, right there on the side of his car. Also got first 920. Got Jonathan on the back, and he's also got Jesus Saves on the front. So, yeah, it's and then of course Racers for Christ on the side here, Saves on the bottoms. Yeah, it's similar to the to Jeff Gordon paint. It sure is, but it's of his own design basically. All the decals and stuff. I like it. I really do. Oh, he's still trying to run down the 45 here. That's James Jones. Got still 3.7, 3.8 seconds on Blake. Blake ahead of Quentin by like 5. But, you know, we still got plenty of laps left for these guys. So, you know, anything could definitely happen. And we'll see definitely another round of pit stops here tonight. I would crank it up, but everybody is, of course, spread out, so not be very entertaining in the crank it up. Cam. However, can still do some ride along here. How about we do another one with our sponsor again here tonight, Matt Crockett. Tried to do one earlier, and they were really, just trying to vie for some spots out there, so we really couldn't, stay on Matt a whole lot. Like they're using the apron. I don't know if that's just a I don't know if that's a rule or they just don't feel comfortable with that. I don't know. I know you do see some drivers use the apron on the front stretch. I don't think I would want to use it. The track tip has come down some. It's 115 now. Still extremely hot, but not as hot as it was. 114 though. It's still pretty toasty. Blake down to 3 seconds. Kyle did get around the 90. Not really fighting the 45. He's back. 94. Try to get back around the 13. That'll put Jay back on the lead lap the old-fashioned way and cross the stripe. Not gonna happen there. He's on the lead lap, not on the lead lap. On the lead lap, not on the lead lap. He's going back and forth. 13 here of Kyle Heath. So Kyle running the outside line, and that hurts a driver. That hurts the leaders because the leaders doing everything they can to get around them, and then the driver that's trying not to go a lap down is, well, trying not to go a lap down. He's trying to stay ahead of the leaders. But I would always look at it as, okay, well, if I go a lap down and I get a caution, and then I'll get the lucky dog as long as I'm not involved in it, and blah blah blah. Back on the lead lap. But the way they have been going tonight, it's looking pretty slim in the yellow caution spectrum. So getting the lucky dog, it's going to be easier said than done. I'll just put it that way. Right now, I think Kyle just went ahead and just let him go. Not getting the yellows that you want. Right now, Josh and Aiden, these two drivers are just one lap down. They really could be a yellow. Especially Josh, because Josh right now would be the lucky dog if he was not involved in it. He would get that wave around and be back on the lead lap. And if Aiden did it right, then he could get back on the lead lap too. That's only if he did it right. He would have to play his cards right to do it. But Josh really, I would think, would want one. As we do see Andrew Rattel and Dakota Camper right here going at it for 6th. We're going to look at this battle here. It looks like Dakota's going to win that battle for now. The 81 of John Osborne, 5 of James Jones, and the 99 of Eric Jensen. There's the correct 99 car. Add it back here for 10th, 11th, and 12th per se. We got about 16 of you out there now in YouTube land. Yep, as Everett says, lick the like button. Eric! I've not seen Eric out in chat here tonight. He might be working. Lap number 95. Got about 30 minutes left here tonight in the race. Well, under green flag conditions. 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock on coast. Most. Kyle keeping it on the back of Shea here. That has helped Blake in that time, though. Now down to 1.8 seconds. Still a whole lot of time. Winding down the final laps here, though, roughly. Getting down to the wire. 53 laps, 52, 53 laps. Let's see here. Matt Crockett, James Jones, at it again. John Osborne, Surge Machine right up ahead of him. He's the battle behind him. He's not too worried about it because they race it up, the further he can get ahead of them. That's what some of these drivers like here. Now we are up on lap 100 here. Up time by Kyle still right there. Blake is coming. 1 seconds now. There is only a 2-lap difference between first and second. 3 lap. Hang on a minute. Yeah, 2-lap difference. First and second. Three laps between second and third. Three laps between third and fourth. Six laps between fifth and fifth place. Well, go to Camper. Just keep getting around Patrick here, it looks like. So that's the difference between the tires. And we see Jason Heaney coming down pit road here a little early. Lap number 28 here. Been out here 28 laps. We are now down to that 50 to go mark here tonight. More drivers. A driver now coming down pit road. That is the 99 of Eric Jensen down pit road. We have that caution counter and stuff up here tonight. And it's looking very, 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 very good out there. 0-0. The caution number and caution laps. 49 laps to go. 10 lead changes we have had here tonight. Y'all know as soon as I bring that up, something gonna happen. It always does. There's Eric. I was wondering where you was at. I would assume you had to work. That's why you got in here. 13's your lucky number. Well, he just hit around the 94 here of Shea Tarleton, 914,000th time. Him and the 94 has been going at it here for quite a while. Jay's been trying to stay on the lead lap. Eric was trying to lap him, or Kyle was trying to lap him. So, it looks like Kyle did do just that. So that put now Jay, a lap down car between Kyle and Blake. Now Blake is going to have to, you know, when he gets up there, he's going to have to contend with Shay. Oh, I see how it is. Eric don't love me no more. You know, he don't love us no more, Steven. Hashtag ban. Yeah, that probably won't happen again for a while. My health is only allowing me to do nights a week, so trying to get back into the. Now Blake's having to contend with a 90 now. Coming up on that window here, I would say window, but they've been known to go 40 laps on fuel. Oh, he just don't love me no more. Oh, okay, I see how it is. Well, hashtag ban both of you then. How about that? Got about 17, 18 out there watching. I'm talking to, if y'all don't know out there, I'm talking to two guys in chat. Stephen Lane, one of the broadcasters over here at MaxspeedTV, also a moderator, and Eric W. Well, and also a moderator. We're giving each other a hard time. We always do. If we're not giving each other a hard time, then something's going on. Ain't that right, guys? Got to take baby steps to take junior steps, yeah. Well, 8 months, I should be on master steps. All right, so we're going to have some drivers. It looks like Aiden's down pit road. Levi Murdoch has taken his car on the wall. He has called it a night. Aiden is on pit road. We are going to have some pit stops here, though, as we see Blake Giglio back to the inside of Kyle Heath. Kyle's not going to fight him. To let him go by. Kyle, though, 66 laps. He has led here tonight. Blake has led 32. It's going to be, I think it's going to come down to the 16 and the 13 here tonight. On not only who can lead the most laps, but of course, bring out the, come into victory lane. Like the 87 of Patrick Colby's down pit. A Shelby Cobra in IRA? Oh, that'd be. I'll be driving that car everywhere. I'd take it on a road course. All right, so Kyle Heath is coming down pit road now, so he's going to give up the P2 spot. Somebody, I don't know if it's going to be Quentin, Dakota, or somebody. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be Quentin not coming down. Kyle down. I wonder if Blake is going to go ahead and come down, seeing that Kyle went ahead and come down. Or if Blake's going to go ahead and stay out. Blake's going to go ahead and stay out, so. I don't know if that's going to help or hurt, but Kyle is going to be coming back out. Here comes Quentin down pit. Looks like we've got Isaiah coming down pit road now. Don't see anybody else. There comes Rattel down pit road. Now, of course, the Honeydew Hustle, the highest finisher of Isaiah, Zach, Blake, and Andrew. That $10 from the Honeydew Hustle. We're also not only looking... Here comes Blake down pit road. Matt Crockett's down pit road. Here comes our leaders. All down pit road. Oh, Dakota still has to pit. Like John Osborne's coming down now, as well as James Jones. And Shay Tarleton is down pit road. Josh Anderson will have to come down here too. Like he is going to go ahead and come down now, so... Dakota Camper, not led a lap yet. Looks like he is going to go ahead and come down pit road. He's been out here 38 laps. I think he could have probably won another, but I know there's strategy that we don't know about, and we don't want to know about them. Now Heath will here momentarily take back over the lead. Al, Blake, Jason Heaney, Jason... I believe, yeah, he pitted 4 laps ago. Pretty close for him. Again, a big shout out to our sponsor here tonight. Bankovet 150, presented by, of course, Maxspeed, sponsored by, it says presented by, of course. Sponsors presented, same thing. Liquid Death out there. Matt Crockett again, buddy. A big shout out there to you. And of course, Darren's Detail and Shine, our stage sponsor for the season. Our Honeydew Hustle bonus tonight. A lot going on. In one race. Thank God for the stream deck. Really comes in handy. All I got to do is press a button. It pops up on my screen. Why there's no, huh? No ads? What do you mean? That's why there's no ad sponsored. Oh. Well, of course, and then of course I've got YouTube Premium, which attached to not only my main account but to MaxspeedTV's TV's account too. So you know, thank me on that one. Blake under a second behind Kyle. Lap 120 at the stripe. I do not think that 70 laps, even if Blake does get up there, that's only going to be 67 laps if Blake was to lead every single lap from here on out and win the race. Kyle Heath is going to come away with the most laps led regardless. Right now it's 70, and it's fixing to be 71 as he hits the stripe at a lap of 121. Yes. Yes. because I am under. Yeah, I am under. As long as you're watching MaxspeedTV, TV, yeah, I don't have ads. I don't believe. Now that's if it's live. Now if you go back and watch it, I don't know. That I don't know how that works. Oh, there's no ads. Okay, well then that's probably the. Okay. I know if you're watching it live, I know it don't have ads. Kyle Heath trying to get around the 99 here of Eric Jensen, and he's going to be able to do just that, but that's going to put Blake Giglio behind the 99. The 45 of James Jones right there as well. So Eric's a lap down, James is a lap down. Got 8 drivers on the lead lap. The last driver on the lead lap is Dakota Camper. Kyle Heath lead way here. Yeah, just become a premium member on my YouTube. I'm a premium member, but my YouTube. My email as we're watching the 13 and the 16 here go at it for the lead, and a very close lead at that is attached, of course, MaxspeedTV, TV, so via my email. And the 16 is going to overtake the 13 here. I knew it was going to come down to these two. They just got to be careful as Eric Jensen's coming down pit road here. I believe he would have to make his account as we settle things up front here for a moment between Blake and Kyle. He would have to send an email to his YouTube account via his stream account and give permissions to be like a moderator, an owner, basically. That way he would have full. Then he could log in and all that. That's how I do it. So yeah, I'm looking at it. Yeah, we were looking at that. Blake is our leader. Now Kyle's right here in second. The 45, James Jones, he's a lap down. That is not full. The lead is between 16 and the 13. Blake looking for his second win. Kyle looking for his third win of the season. Isaiah up to 5th. Right where he started. Lap 128. You'll have some laps left here, folks, so anything could happen. You are going to have to continue to watch it. Everybody spread out. Jason Heaney down pit. 7 laps. I have some drivers move up a little bit here that are a lap down because Jason is right now the closest battle. Let's see, Andrew is behind Isaiah. Andrew 5th now, Isaiah in 4th. Patrick 6th. Dakota in 7th. James 8th. John 9th. Matt Crockett, our sponsor here tonight, in 10th. Blake Giglio is leading. Allen 2nd. The 5 of James Jones is right behind him. 3rd, like I said, Isaiah in 4th. laps to go. Yeah, if anyone's saving, now's the time that they're going to hammer down and go. And I think that's why Kyle backed off. 19? Andrew? Good point. Yeah, good point, Everett. Joshua Nelson out there in chat. How you doing? Right now, I don't know what Kyle's do. He did let the 45 go around, or 55 got around. Let him around. He did get around him. Hey, maybe Kyle is just trying to want to save some tires and some fuel to make a last-ditch run, but how long do you wait? Oh, if you're Kyle or Quint, is about 12, 13 seconds back from about 12 seconds back from Kyle. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying Quentin is out of it, because all it takes is Blake and Kyle to make a boo-boo. Somebody make a boo. The yellow come out, and, you know, that puts everybody right there together. As we see the 11 come steaming up through the field, that is Aiden. Aiden has only been out here 2 laps, but he is 4 laps down. I don't think there's anything Aiden can do but hope and pray that everybody out there but him wrecks. Well, Eric, I do appreciate that, buddy. I'm a veteran. So I do appreciate that. Not a lot of people know that. Like now, 1.8 seconds ahead of Kyle. I don't know, man. It's gonna have to give here. As Isaiah back to 6th, Dakota up to 5th, Andrew up to 4th. Right now, as it stands, that honeydew hustle, Blake Giglio would the winner of that, of tonight's race too. So trying to go for the gold here. I would say go for it. Not going to lead the most laps here tonight. That honors that man right there, the 13 of Kyle Heath, 70 laps. Man, that's a lot of laps. Well, as we wind down the final few laps here, take one look at our schedule tonight. New Hampshire next week for another round of 150 laps. Stage the same, 61. Then, of course, off the following week, we'll be back December 2nd at Darlington for 135 laps. Look at the rollbacks they do there. That stage will be at 55 to 56. That will be the end of the regular season, and we'll get the final count on who made it and who didn't. Our playoff picture looks like this coming into tonight. Blake, good lead of the top 8. That is the top 20. Everybody in red is trying to get into the group. Andrew into there. John Osborne, the outside looking in. All right, get that off of there so we can get back down here onto the track as we finalize the last 10 laps here tonight. Again, a big shout out to Matt Crockett again for coming on and sponsoring tonight's race. Think of it, 150. Again, thank you all out there, past, present, and future. Y'all are doing, and going to continue to do. Jason Heaney, Josh Anderson, battling back here. Heath for 12th. Oh, we are at 9 to go, and right now Kyle 3.5 seconds behind Blake. I think the top 3 right at the moment be at, unless something happens. Can't rule it out. No, I call him Davey. Matt Davey Crockett. Matt Davey Crockett, that's what I call him. He hasn't said anything yet to me about it, so I don't know. I don't know if he likes it or don't like it. He hasn't really said anything. But you know me, Eric. I give nicknames. Davey Death Crockett. Oh, man. He might like that one. Davey Death Crockett. Oh, man. Oh, you got me crying. I want to laugh so hard. Oh, my gosh. Man, I'll take care of him later, buddy. I'll jump on it. Oh, don't be. Matt's a good guy. I think he would, he'd like it. I think he'd laugh about it. To be honest with you. All these drivers in here that I've talked to, very down to earth, you know. They don't take nothing real. They like to joke. So I guess unless you don't say anything that's really gonna hurt somebody's feelings, I think just joking around like that, I don't think anybody would have a problem. But 5 laps to go, folks. Not a whole lot going on at all. Body pretty much spread out. Not really any battles going on. Winding down the final 4 laps. And now as Blake hits the stripe there. Still about 10.5 seconds behind Kyle. So I think one pretty much set. Give or take. Granted, nothing happens. Oh, yeah, I get it. 3 laps to go. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this. If we do get a yellow now on the white flag, we will, attempt a GWC. They do have them. So, that is still a possibility. But, I mean, these guys, they, every week, even last week at the street course of Chicago, even though, man, it was crazy and nobody really knew exactly, what to expect going into that, that was, I had fun. And they threw that stage caution, got everybody back together. That was very intriguing as well. So these guys every week surprise me. And we hit the stripe this time by, folks. We're going to run this green to checkered here tonight. At the stripe, Blake Giglio going to hit the white flag one more time around the track here tonight, folks. Green to checker here this evening. Got spread out from the flag pit stops. And it's going to be Blake bringing it home into victory lane here tonight for the Think Event 150 at Las Vegas. Kyle Heath going to grab the P2 here this evening. And Quentin Clark is going to take the third place final podium spot here tonight. Man, what a race. Good race. Green to checkered here tonight. Awesome job by everybody. Well, all right. Well, we're going to see Blake burn it up here tonight on the front stretch. We'll get the top three down here for the MaxspeedTV TV post-race show. Talk to these drivers about tonight and track conditions and all the goodness. And then, of course, talk about next week before Thanksgiving break. So hang tight, folks. We will be right back on MaxspeedTV TV. Alrighty, folks, we're back. We have caught up with our first and third here tonight. I will get to Kyle here in a minute. Kyle had to go to bed, so I'll get to him in a second. We're going to go ahead and pull up our third place here tonight. Quentin Clark, man, dude, green to checkered here tonight. I mean, this track was slick. Man, it started out at 120 plus degrees out there here tonight, and it did cool down some, but I don't think it cooled down much. Man, talk about it out here tonight. The track conditions, the green flag pit stops, in the battles that y'all did have out here before everything did get separated. Awesome job.
Couple, yeah, and then it kind of turned into save mode after that first pit stop. Honestly, thanks though. I'll take it. I don't remember the last time I've driven these cars. Probably 3, 4, maybe even 5 years ago, and I don't know if I've really done them more than super speedways. So, pretty happy with a P3. I wanted there to not be nearly as much of a gap at the end, but I could figure out tire saving, but as soon as it turned to a fuel saving game, I had to clutch like the whole last 2/3 of the race just to make it to the end. I was sputtering out of turn 2 after the checkered. Just
Oh,
how
wow.
close it was. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I had to save a couple extra laps on that second to last green run, and really impressed with this league that these guys were able to keep it green, especially as squirrely as these cars are getting on exit. I was surprised I wasn't the caution. Just relieved to be talking to you. Wish I had more for a battle at the end for the 2 up front, but definitely had a lot of fun, and definitely learned a lot. I mean, yeah, they drive differently, and I don't know what Kyle did to gain so much time in the pits. I was so careful in the pits because it was, I mean, the tire wear was so bad and so slick at the end of the green flag runs. I did not want to be the one to pull a caution out, but so I was being a little extra careful. But one of those pit stops, he pulled out like 4 seconds further ahead of me, and at that point, I was just like, yeah, there ain't no way, because he's pitting after me. I have to fuel save now because I pit too early at the beginning, but is what it is. Happy with the podium.
Yeah.
First race in these cars.
Yeah, hey, third place, not bad. Good points out for sure. Winding down the the regular season. Still a couple more races to go, but, top 8, definitely trying to get in there. Got to get in on point. Win doesn't necessarily lock you in, but it definitely does help to maximize the amount of points you get. Getting a third place here tonight, like I say, definitely a good point night for you. New Hampshire, it's not going to get any easier. New Hampshire tonight, or next week, then we'll have an off week, and then we'll come back for Darlington. So, talk about New Hampshire first, and then, kind of mention Darlington, because that's the final race of the regular season. So, what do you think about New Hampshire first?
Yeah, I'd like a win. I love talking to you, and I love being here in second or third, but I can only lurk for so many more weeks before I feel like I need to start pushing a little harder. New Hampshire, I've always hated.
Heard that one
And,
before.
Yeah, I had my first win there this year in the next gen. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make the race next week. I'm
Oh.
not be in town, so that's gonna be my provisional. So you're gonna have a couple week long break for me, and enjoy your Thanksgiving, and I'll see you in December. But
Well,
we'll
take
be
your rig with you. That way you can race.
yeah, right. I'm going a little far away on
Oh,
vacation,
okay.
so I might not be able to do that. But
All right.
yeah, I was hoping to be able to see if I could swing that one and realize the dates, and not that New Hampshire is my favorite place, but I feel like I kind of figured it out this year, and just not in the cards for me next week, unfortunately. So, but I'll be back for Darlington. And already got some ideas for a throwback paint scheme for that race, and looking forward to that.
Okay, all right. Well, we hope to see, of course, the vacation, holiday, business trip, whatever it is. And enjoy it. Have a happy Thanksgiving, buddy. Awesome job out here tonight on your place. I know you've probably got a few final thoughts, shout-outs, things you want to give before you go celebrate, so I'll turn again the mic over to you.
Thanks, man. Yeah, big shout out to you for helping us put this show on. I know it kind of turned into, ultimate endurance fuel saving.
I love it. I love it.
Not a ton of battles, but hopefully still a fun show. And and happy Veterans Day, and thank you for your service, and
Thank you,
and to all the vets out there. And yes, sir. And want to give a big shout out to Mach 5 Design for the sparkly red, white, and red, silver, and blue car, I guess, and Groovy Divine, and Wolf Felt and Bon Fire on Spotify for being on the car. Again, big thanks as always to Southern Excitement Racing for including me, and their adopting me and their team for a little bit. I'm not like an official team member, but it's fun to bounce strategies off of them and race with them. And huge congrats to Blake on the win. So big thanks to friends and family out there watching me and have gotten me to this point.
All righty, buddy. We'll go celebrate your third out here tonight. We'll see you in 2 weeks and in a new month at Darlington, buddy.
Sounds good. Appreciate you, man.
Yep. All right. Well, I was going to interview Blake, but I'm going to go ahead real quick before we get to Blake. Now, our second place finisher here tonight was, of course, let me see if I can get to him here real quick. Kyle Heath, right there in second. Now, Kyle did have to go to bed, but a big shout out to the Auburn University. Number 13 out there of Kyle grabbing a P2. Good points night for him out here tonight. Now, Andrew, I am going to go ahead and pull Andrew out here. Now, I do not have a 4th place out here tonight, so what I'm going to have to do with Andrew is pull his driver bar up here real quick and go ahead and get him out here. Andrew, buddy, you know, Kyle had to go to bed. I just seen Discord. I said, yeah, why not? I'll just go up here, buddy. 4th place, started in 7th. Top 5 for you. Good points night. Talk about it. It was slicker than snot out there here this evening.
Yeah, it was. It was quite an adventure. My wrists are on fire right now. I think I might have been turning right more than left. It was bad, but I kind of figured out, for me anyway, after the first pit cycle, I just started pushing instead of saving tires, and it seemed to work out. So I don't know.
Well, everybody got
We'll see.
separated. You know, you had the green flag pit stops, and I had a feeling if we didn't get yellows, Andrew, I'm sure you probably thought about it too, and because the yellows didn't come. And I don't know what I was thinking, seeing the stage, and was like, hey, they're going to throw a yellow. No, I forgot. Y'all don't. You only did that last week because it was a road course. So that was my fault.
Right.
So no yellows. And, you know, I know there was a few out there probably hoping for a yellow or 2 to come out. But, man, again, you guys,
Oh,
you
for
know,
sure.
proved me wrong. And here we go again. You know, green flag to checker. But the pit stops, you know, once that first pit stop, you know, really cycled through, everybody started to separate themselves. And that what you was hoping to see, or was you hoping to see maybe some more tighter racing and, you know, maybe a 3-4 wide even, you know, real quick, man, talk about it.
I mean, it's definitely more exciting for 2-3 wide stuff, but every race is different, and this one was just about not wrecking your car pretty much, and it was fun in its own way. But yeah, I mean, I was hoping for a caution, but could never count on it. Everybody in this league is pretty good, so
Yeah.
they're pretty rare.
Yeah, yellows are definitely rare. What was you having an issue the most out there? Well, what was it? A turn? Was it pit stops? Was it?
Probably turn 3 and 4. I couldn't figure it out. I kind of did like the last 25 lap ish, figured it out a little bit, but really I had no idea what I was doing in 3 and 4. 1 and 2, I was really good. I thought I would make up a ton of time there, and then pretty much lose it in 3 and 4.
So you
So
was
it's kinda
pretty
hard to
much
pass people.
you was pretty much evening it out, making it, you know, get really good times 1 and 2, but at the same time you would make up, you'd lose it in 3 and 4. So you really wasn't gaining anything.
Yeah, no, not on anybody in front of me.
Man, and that
Those
stinks.
3 were fast.
Oh yeah, Quentin, Kyle, and Blake, man, they just took off. I don't know if it was pit stops or what, but yeah, they just took off, and yeah, it was something else.
I
You
think
know,
they're just good.
you think they're just good? They might have to. You might have to put them a lap down. You know, next couple of races, and I guarantee you they'll get the lap back.
Oh yeah, maybe. We'll see how that goes.
Right. I've known Kyle for a long time, so I got to pick on him. But we got New Hampshire next week. That's going to be a unique race. Probably one of the hardest ones, you know, in you know, tonight, next week, and of course Darlington to finish out the regular season. New Hampshire, kind of like a road course in a way, and you know, it can make it or break it for people. How do you feel about New Hampshire?
I didn't really like the track until we ran it in our other series a couple weeks ago, and I actually ran pretty well for a good part of that race, so I'm feeling pretty confident for it. We're running the ARCA car, I believe, and that's what we ran a couple weeks ago, so kind of got some practice.
Xfinity
So
cars are a little bit different.
Yeah, I like the ARCA cars a lot.
Oh man, yeah, I don't know exactly where we're racing with them. I could actually put that up. We're actually going to be in the ARCA car, so that actually helps.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All righty, buddy. Well, awesome job out here tonight on your top 5 there in 4. Man, I know you probably got a few final thoughts, shout-outs, things you want to give before you go celebrate your finish out here tonight. So I'll turn the mic over to you before I interview Blake.
Yeah, thanks for all my friends and family watching. My dad, I know my dad watches a lot of my races, and a couple of my friends have been popping in. So thanks to you guys, and yeah, that's about it.
All righty, Andrew. We'll go celebrate your top 5 in 4th here tonight, buddy. See you next week at New Hampshire.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All righty, folks. Well, that is going to bring us now to our winner here tonight. We'll give him a few minutes to be quiet because I don't know if he's down there talking or not.
I was talking.
Yeah, but Blake Giglio, dude, awesome job. You started on pole, and before we get to all the other stuff, we're going to go ahead and talk about the pole because you started on pole, and then I don't know what happened. You fell back. Now, was that by design, or was Kyle and them just too fast for you?
Yeah, I knew at the start of the race we were gonna, there's 16 of us, good group of guys. I figured we were gonna go like a long run. My goal was just to save a little tire at the start, feel out the car a little bit. I didn't want to, push too hard and lose a bunch of time, so I figured I'd go on the defense or offense later on in the run and attack later. And I found that I was really good at saving tires tonight, and glad we were able to have that work out.
Well, you didn't lead the most laps, but you led the most important lap, which was the final lap. So, yeah, awesome job. Now, getting to the nitty-gritty out here tonight, there was a lot of things on the track out here tonight. The track was slick. It was hot. Y'all, ran it from green to checkered out here tonight. Y'all had 9,000 pit stops here this evening. That's what it felt like. It was a great race. Now, y'all had, I think it was 3 or 4 pit stops. So, green flag pit stops really kind of just separated everybody. Talk about your, your green flag pit stop strategy now that the race is over with and how you were able to figure out, what Kyle was doing, Quentin, and the rest of the drivers out there here tonight.
Yeah, I think for sure my strategy was we're going to run this thing out, right? I knew the Xfinity car tires are important. So if I could have the freshest tires at the end, plus I was really good at saving them all night, I felt like it was a no-brainer because by the end of each run, I had the lead or I was, right about to get the lead. So I think that was, it was for my strengths tonight. I think that is what the call I had to make. I knew Kyle was going to short pit me. And then as soon as he short pit me once, I know every time I'm going to have more fuel, right? So my plan again was to keep running long. I knew he was going to run short. And I think we had him there as soon as he showed his hand there in the first run.
Right. And, as the race progressed, now, we noticed too that, when he would come down, you'd stay out, 1, 2, 3 laps, and then you'd come down. I noticed at one time, I believe it was, you were out there 39, 40 laps or so. That was pushing it.
Yeah, for sure. I was definitely on fumes there, but believe it or not, I didn't save fuel like all the other guys all night. Running it long like that, I was good by a lap or 2, and I was just, I'd lift really early. I'd save my tires, half throttle off. You know what I mean? Just the things to save tires, and I wasn't saving any fuel all night.
Well, yeah. Well, when you're saving tires, though, don't you think you are kind of in a way saving?
Unintentionally, I think a little bit.
Well, whatever you did, it worked.
Well, that's good. That's good.
That is going to, of course, bring you to your second win of the season. And, of course, you are going to be the winner of that Honeydew Hustle out of the 4 drivers. You, Zach Michaelis, Isaiah, and Andrew. I believe that is $10. Of course, Andrew, on that. But that's what I've got here because you have to finish the highest out of y'all to get it. So, congratulations on the win, first and foremost. And, of course, congratulations on that as well. We're not done yet, though. We've got 2 more races in the regular season. You've got a pretty good lead, in that playoff picture. Just going to help you going forward. I think mathematically you're good, but I'm not going to confirm it because, anything can happen. But New Hampshire next week. How do you feel about New Hampshire first?
We're going to New Hampshire. I thought it was Darlington. Am I
No,
lost?
Darlington is December the 2nd. It is after. It is after.
Yep, you're right.
yeah.
So we're gonna do. Is it the
It would be
Arca,
in
right?
the ARCA, yes. Yeah, I have it right here. Yep, New Hampshire and Darlington.
Yeah, it's New Hampshire. It's the Arca car. I don't know, right? Like, we'll probably be decent. Don't know if we're gonna be the fastest. There's always one or two guys that are really good at New Hampshire. There's always those one or two that are really good there. So our goal is to just try winning the regular season championship and seeing if we can pick up a couple more race wins.
I've heard that before. Oh, I hate that track, and then they go out and win it. Isaiah, you did it last week. And he's
That
done
track last week did suck. That track does suck.
Oh,
He wasn't wrong. That
yeah,
track sucked.
it was fun, but it was rough. I think it was rough for me too. So of
I
course,
thought I had a shot to win that thing last week. And I was running. I was in second, and then all of a sudden the 44 came out of nowhere, and I was like, "What the hell?" Now I was not very good. I think I still finished fourth, right?
I think so. Yeah, I'd have to go back and look. Yeah,
That's still pretty. That's good for the points. Good
yeah,
for the points.
yeah. Good
Can't complain.
point. So like I said, New Hampshire, and then we'll have an off week for Thanksgiving, and then when we come back, December 2nd, Darlington. How do you feel about that one?
Darlington, I love Darlington. That track's a lot of fun. I think it really separates. You have to be really, mindful racing there. I think is a good way to put it.
Yep.
Can't overstep. Definitely can't take it easy too much. So really looking forward to Darlington. New Hampshire, we'll see how that goes.
I think it's going to be very interesting. Next couple of races, we'll finalize the regular season. After Darlington, we'll know who the regular season champion is, and then it's all about those races. In that chase, you're going to come out on top after that. Just because you win doesn't mean anything. You got 4 races to figure it out. So,
For
also,
sure. And I think winning. Sorry to cut you off there. I
Yeah,
think
that's fine.
winning the regular season championship. I think those points, the bonus points, is really what's gonna carry you through that. Your race, especially with Talladega being first, right? I think if you can get a cushion in case something happens, you're not out of it if you get wrecked, right? So
true. Yeah.
I think getting those wins, getting the bonus points are going to be very important here for the playoffs down the road.
Yeah, and you're not wrong. Having that go to, like, all right, well, I got the bonus points off our wreck out at Darlington, or our wreck out at Dega, or maybe even round number 2. You still have a shot. You still have those bonus points to help to carry over, and hopefully nothing happens in the other upcoming races. So yeah, you're not wrong there. So but we've got a ways to go before we get to that. So, but awesome job out here tonight on the win, buddy. And I know you've got some final thoughts, shout outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate your second victory of the season here tonight. So Mike's yours.
I want to give a shout out to Dakota, Andrew for putting this thing on, you for broadcasting, of course. You do a great job with that. All the sponsors, Honeydew Service, all those guys over there. You can't do it without them, right? So I think that plays a big role into what we what we do. Liquid Death for sponsoring tonight's race. Happy Veterans Day to everyone. I want to give a shout out to Wannagoons, OG Gear, all those guys, and and give shout out to Cal there. That was a lot of fun here as well. So
That definitely was a great race. Green checkered, man. You guys again surprised me, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot more surprises as we go forward into the season here. So awesome win out here tonight, buddy. We'll see you next week at New Hampshire. And man, I don't know what else to say with you guys. Awesome job again by everybody out there. So go celebrate your win. We'll see you next week, bud.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Well, I don't know where you're here to, but anywho, awesome job out here tonight by everybody. Of course, our sponsor out here tonight, think of it, 150 Liquid Death, Matt Crockett. Again, a big shout out to Matt Crockett, Liquid Death, for coming on board, sponsoring tonight's race. our stage sponsor this season. It's going to be Darren's Detail and Shine. A big shout out to them on sponsoring the stages for the guys, even though I totally forgot, unlike last week when they had the yellow, they don't have them in regular races. So, Darren, a big shout out to you. Darren's Detail and Shine. Shout out to everybody that has a shot at getting into that Honeydew Hustle bonus. Tonight that went to Blake. I'm sure get with them. Of course, we got one more of those when we get later on into the I don't know when the qualifying race is going to be, and I don't know when the actual race is going to be. It's going to be in the season somewhere on that when we get closer to that, or when I know, you all will know. But let's get down here to the unofficial results, beginning admin stuff they have to do tonight. I don't think it's going to be much, but Blake Giglio grabbing his second win of the season out here tonight. A good win for Blake. Kyle Heath is going to grab some good points out here tonight, finishing in that P2 spot. Quinn Clark, likewise, good points for him in third. Andrew Rattel, that's going to help him. Grabbing a top 5 in that fourth place spot, definitely going to help him in that playoff picture. We actually have that. There it is right there. See, Andrew, he was only plus, what is that, 80? 84. 84. Right up ahead there in 8. So definitely going to help him going forward into the last 2 races of the regular season. Dakota Camper, they're in 5th. Patrick Colby 6th. Isaiah Southerland 7th. James Jones in 8th. John Osborne 9th. Matt Crockett in 10th. Our sponsor, a big shout out to Matt Crockett out there again for coming on board sponsoring tonight's race. Trey Tarleton 11th. Jason Heaney in 12th. Josh Anderson 13th. Eric Jensen 14th. Aiden Tatro 15th. And Levi Murdoch round out our field here tonight in 16th. But again, our winner here tonight, Blake Giglio. Blake, awesome job on the win here tonight. A big shout out to, of course, everybody out there in chat here tonight. We appreciate every one of you, even if you are late, Eric. We appreciate all of you out there for the support on MaxspeedTV TV from all the way from when Rudy got this thing started all the way until now. Through all the health issues that I've been having, to supporting Stephen Lane out there, and of course everybody over here at MaxspeedTV TV. Thank you all for tuning in. We're not done. We've got more action on MaxspeedTV TV. Next week, of course, we've got Darlington, or we've got, now I'm saying it, we've got New Hampshire, then the off week for Thanksgiving, and then Darlington December the 2nd to finalize the regular season. Of course, tonight was all about the vets. A big shout out. Thank you all to all the veterans out there, past, present, and future. All you have done, are doing, and will continue to do throughout the tenure of, the United States and everything. You putting y'all's lives on the line. Y'all signed the Blake check. I've done it. Steven's done it. All the veterans out there, past, present, and future, have done it. You don't know what's going to happen from day to day. So we appreciate everything that y'all have done and, continue to do. And, of course, we couldn't do it without y'all. Couldn't be free to do this without y'all. So thank you all again. Again, our winner here tonight, Blake Giglio. But that's going to do it here tonight on MaxspeedTV TV. Until next week, folks, stay safe. Thank you all, and have a good night.
MaxspeedTV TV, where we fly, racing fast and we're getting by, chatting up the waves, voice in sync, one more lap before we blink. MaxspeedTV TV, feel the vibe, every engine set to ride, speed and story side by side, on this ride we come alive. Fuel and friendship in the same lane, we share the wins and every pain, from pole position to last place, we keep the more lap before we blink.